I'm gonna drop a couple bombs today. I've been in this game for way too long, and I'll start with all the years prior to Storm Group Roofing. I actually have my official warranty. I don't know if they still do it. They probably are, because if it's not broken, why fix it? But the purpose for this call is I'm gonna give you my true insights, how I would sell warranty today. If I would be in business today, what would I do? I'm going to share with you what I see happening on the market, because market is crazy. It changed a lot. 2025 is very, very different even than 2020. Nobody's talking about it, but I name my channel Insights for a reason. So you're going to hear some claims stories, some true insight information about warranties, and some statistics. Also, you're the first one who's gonna hear it here today, but this information will be passed to the homeowners in the next couple weeks. We're making videos, educating videos for the homeowners. So just like everything else, just like who makes the best shingles, all our consumer advocate guides, who makes the best gutters, all our recommendations. Once we educate homeowners is smart. They make educated decisions, and they treat this kind of content as their education. And they will be demanding from you and asking you tough questions. Also, if you don't agree with me, it's totally fine. We can debate. I'm going to present to you my case. If there's anyone out there, I don't care how big you are. I don't care if you run $5 billion shingle manufacturer company. I don't care if you run $100 million PE firm. I will debate you on the roofing warranties. And I know I'm a bias here, because directory.com actually in the space will truly compete with the roofing warranties today. And I also have my underlayment business. But I will publicly answer to any criticism. Anybody who will accuse me of not being authentic, if you will, or if something doesn't add up. So if you want to debate on me, sure, like any conference, any place, any Zoom calls. Let's get it started. So first of all, I'm gonna start with a Storm Group Roofing story. So if you go to Storm Group Roofing Google page, you will find pictures how I ran that business. These actually pictures I printed from this morning. This is how my warehouse looked back in 2017, 2018. I have not changed. I've been this way for many, many years. So we used to buy, I can tell you that's right there. It's a leak barrier from Home Depot. I would buy 6-8 pallets. What's crazy is it's 2025. In 2017, I paid $49 per roll of ice and water from Home Depot. And the reason I was buying it from Home Depot, not from Beacon at that time, is because my installers loved that product better. They loved $49 leak barrier from Home Depot better than higher products, 70, 80, like JF WeatherGuard. They loved it better. Always listen to your installers. And this is what we do at BM Direct. People actually ask us to make it, installers tell us that we like your product better, and this is how we've done it. I always bought in bulk. So we were OC guys, okay? We require 3 accessories out of 5. So I could get away with my synthetics. I could buy my, the stuff that I was buying is from OC, I would get hip and reach, shingles, and starter shingles. And on starters, you can see they're right here. I would actually get a lot of starters in like 1 pallet of starters. I don't know how much you're paying right now, but I remember my prices. $33 per starter versus like $40. So every job, $7 per bundle of starter, hip and reach, nails. I would get nails for like $15. Every job we would save a couple $100. We were roofing every single day. So this stuff adds up. We always have nice, so here you can see we would do, what else we did? One of those plugs. We cancel a lot of 750 vents because, by the way, talking about roofing warranty, you can register all you want and you can buy all materials you want from that manufacturer, but number one way they're going to get out of paying that warranty if the roof is not properly ventilated. So if you have not proper ventilation, they're going to come out, do quick math and say, well, we know you bought our 5 accessories, we know you spend money registering it, but this roof does not have proper ventilation, we're going to deny this claim. Loser, right? So you have to know your stuff. So we always took extreme attention to details to attic insulation and attic ventilation. So we would add ridge vents. So I bought a lot of boxes of ridge vents because I think it's one of the best and most efficient. And we were buying, those square plugs to cancel 750s because they're not as efficient, and you don't want to have ridge vent and intake, so it sucks in. It's just not efficient. So you want a soffit to work as a soffit, and you want a ridge vent to work as exhaust. So that's the proper. So what we did is, I believe it's actually those caps. It's either boxes of cap plugs or one of those rolled rigid ridge caps. Anyway, find what works for you. Find what makes perfect answer to any inefficient roof out there. We've sold tons of blows in attic installations because if you install in the roof and you're not checking attic insulation, you're already a bad roofer. Like, if a shingle is perfect and the product is good, you're still gonna fail that roofing system. So that's number one. Think about what you're responsible for. That's not their job, it's your job, and you have to do what you have to do. But again, this is how we've done it. This is my company, 2017, 2018. Everything I'm teaching you to do today, I've done it. And if I would do it again, this is how I would do it. If you want to build business, you can't build it on the retail prices. You build it on wholesale prices. You do what your pennies, and you want to be as efficient as you possibly can. Now, this is my warranty. This is how I've sold storm group roofing. I would show this to my homeowners during the estimate time. It's very simple. So this is I printed this on a regular. It's a black and white regular A4 piece of paper, but mine actually was very, very thick. I would go to Walmart or Target, and they sell this very, very nice, how do you call them, Stephanie? It's the paper for like awards, right? Like very, very thick. And I would have a stack of them. So I would show to people, like, you want your warranty to not to be a regular piece of paper or email. You wanted something that they want to file away that actually looks like warranty. There's just psychology effect that you spend extra time, and I know at the end of the day, it's all just piece of paper. It all comes down to your reputation and your business record. But this day and time, for you to sell the job, you have to have two things. Number one, you have to have a brand. And number two, you have to build the trust. If they're not going to go with you and going to go with someone else, it's because you didn't build the trust. They trusted someone else over you, or they have a bigger branding. And usually it's combined. So if you have a bigger company in town and they're more believable and they have a bigger brand, they trust them more because the company built the trust that they're not going to get screwed. They're going to go with them. So that was my job. Now, this is how I sold it. And this is my view on the warranties to this day. I'll read you what this says, and I'll share with you later. If you text me about this call, if you want me to train you, to teach you how to sell warranties my way, we can do something similar. I would do a little bit different these days, but this is just workmanship warranty. The way we did it, we actually registered jobs with the Owens Corning, with the 3 accessories, and we would give them 10-year warranty. Storm Group Roofing issues all warranties in accordance of the purchase contract and guarantees. All work completed, detailed in a purchase contained for a period of 10 years. Storm Group Roofing warrants that for a period of 10 years from the warranty certificate issue, the roofing system will not leak due to ordinary wear and tear by elements or improper workmanship in the installation of the roof. As simple as that. To these days, guys, I kid you not, you can talk to my lawyer. I have the same lawyer I have back then 10 years ago. And I wrote this. And today, if you go to directory.com, if you look at any of my paperwork, I always tell people it's my core principle. Keep it simple. I have to fight my lawyer every single time we draft anything because lawyers want to give you 5, 6, 7 pages, right? Here's the problem with that. First of all, this will stand in court. Anything that you put in writing will stand in court. If a homeowner will ever sue you over the warranty and take it to the judge and say, hey, they promised me that roof will stay 10 years, right? They have a leg to stand on. You promised them, you gave it to them, you charged them money. They have the right to sue you if you walk away and there's improper, installation or normal wear and tear. So my first point today to everyone, make it believable. Here's why. Most people do not believe in warranties. It sounds too good to be true. Most people don't believe in the fine print. Most people don't have attention span to go through. What's the last time you personally, if you're honest with yourself, what's the last time that you actually read any fine print that you signed? As long as we believe the person who gives us the paperwork, we will sign anything. But it doesn't have to be that way. If I'm leaving this behind, if I'm showing you my warranty and you actually believe that I'm going to do it because I have brand, I have reputation, you've seen it, you're going to believe it. Now, I also said all materials and our warranties by the manufacturer for the period indicated in the purchase contract. Now, let me tell you this, and this is where I might get in trouble, might get few cease and desist letters, but I don't give a crap anymore. I've received threats and I'm not afraid to talk about it. Here's the roofing industry in 2025. We have a lot of, and this is your competition. This is what you up against to want. Now, you have a PE firms who are buying materials in bulk. I know it because I've sold this year millions of dollars to PE firms, to big players who buy container of synthetic felt from me for $35 a roll, $75,000 purchase. Those players don't give a two flying cents about manufacturer warranty. They pretty much told them, go pound sand. We're going to do what's good for us. We're going to offer our warranty and we're going to take care of any failure when it arises. And when we do have problems with the asphalt shingles that you sell us within a couple of years, you're going to be liable for it, or we're going to switch the brand. So they have a leverage, right? Here's why. And this is the comments I've seen way too many times. A roofing shingle warranty as is, it's a 50-50, it's a gamble. Homeowners knows it, you know it. Like ask DT Roofing why they switched to Owens Corning from the brand they were installing. They install a job and they're a bigger player, like they're good guys, right? 5-year roof, failed, they called the rep, they took a shingle, ship it, come with a denial. Oh, it's not our fault. Well, if it's not your fault, whose fault is it? Like we did everything right too. Replace the roof out of pocket, switch the manufacturers. I hear that story all the time. Now, do manufacturer cover warranties? 100% they do. But it's a 50-50 chance. It depends on the market. It depends on your relationship with the brand and your local rep. It depends on so many factors. It's so unpredictable. Here's the problem, and I'll say it public, and I might get in trouble for it, but you have zero leverage. If you are a certified contractor today and you register, let's say 1,000 roofs with a certain manufacturer, it's no difference than a homeowner paying for 30 years to their insurance and they get denied by Allstate or State Farm. You file that claim. If they come back and say there's no problem with this job, it's on you, or there's ventilation issue or whatever the problem is, they have a 15-page warranty with too many exclusions. If they deny you, there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot make video about it. You cannot make a Facebook post about it. You're going to get a cease and desist and you're going to get a lawsuit. And I have seen it too many times. I can tell you story after story from all major brands. They all act the same way. They protect their billion-dollar companies from any risks. That's why when you sign up to install their shingles, that's what they're gonna push. You buy our accessories, you register with us, and this is a money grab for them. They will take millions of dollars. I recently talked to someone. They've spent about $1 million in warranties, and they recently switched. They said, no more, we're done. If we would have $1 million in an escrow account, if we have $1 million in a trust fund, how many roofs can you replace at $1 million? And now that brand is still at mercy with this manufacturer. You know how long it takes for some manufacturers to, even if they agree to pay out, sometimes it drags for 1 to 2 years. Guys, I've been doing this for 8 years. I've talked to people responsible for those warranties on the back end. I have one whistleblower from the biggest player in the industry. He said, Dmitry, we have a client with a failure damage. He was a lawyer. I knew we were going to get in trouble. And I had to tell him we deny his claim. And when that happens, he's going to sue this and that. But they know their risks. They're not going to take it to the public. They're going to fight it. They are in business they're not in business of paying out claims. They are in business to make money. Okay. Now, a few more points here. I'm not saying that all of them are the same way, but they have their interest way ahead of your interest. They don't care how much profit you make. They want to tap into your profit in 2025. And I'll give you one illustration. And Atlas, I'm sorry to bring it up publicly, but you brought it to yourself with the decisions you guys made. When I started BM Direct, I started reaching out to manufacturers, and we have a deal with a few, but some of them would not work with us no matter what. You know how manufacturers have approved vendors, approved products that you can install with their warranties? So one of the brands was Atlas, because I have a lot of guys in my network for years. I love Atlas shingles. I think it's one of the best shingles on the market. I would install it in my house. I recommend it to anyone. But help me make sense of this. If you have Atlas product, like let's say it's 100 GSM, like very basic synthetic, and I have synthetic that is twice as thick, twice as good, right? Help me understand. So you're selling your underlayment under Atlas brand for $80 a roll, and I'm selling higher quality, thicker for $60 a roll. Contractor makes more money, and the roof actually gets higher quality because underlayment is better. Like, no one can argue with it. Do any test you want. It's a better underlayment, better roofing system, and it's cheaper for the contractor. The contractor will make, I don't know, $20,000 more in profit per year by switching. And Atlas told me, Dmitry, we can't have it on our approved list. Why not? Are you going to even try? Are we going to even try to go through products? So it's not about quality. It's all about the bottom line. So Atlas told me, no, we can't do it. So now Atlas has 5 accessories that you can do. So if you install Atlas, you can't do Atlas with any other stuff. So you have to settle for their pricing, for their accessories, because they will not work with anyone else. Now, they're a shingle manufacturer. They do have their underlayments, and they have right to do what they do, right? Like, I'm not here judging Atlas. They put profit over everything. They have their profit over your interest, and they have profit over quality of that roof. Because even if you try to be more profitable, try to install better products, you can't. You have to settle for them. Now, it is what it is. But what if you say, I'm going to install my products that I think makes the best roof? Like, for example, if you in Louisiana, Colorado, or Florida, and you want to do 45 system, and you want to do the best ice and water that works for you, because I promise you, Atlas does not have every accessory is best in class. They have a good, decent shingle, but I know roofers who install better ice and water or better synthetic or thicker synthetic. So there are people on the market who wants to build the best roof, 45 system, approved by government, right? And they can't because manufacturers telling them, nope, this is how you're going to play this game. Now, there are players, bigger players, who said, we don't play this game anymore. We're going to do what's good for us. We're going to save tons of money by buying in bulk, buying something cheaper and better. It doesn't have to be lower quality. We're going to put money on the side instead of giving it to the manufacturer and hoping that later they're going to come back and actually approve it. We're going to, like, I just talked to Lance Beckman. We did a podcast. You know, he's going to sell a few more companies. He sold a few roofing companies, going to sell a few more. They're doing $100 million. They're going to do $100 million this year between his brands. They're not registering warranty. He said, Dmitry, you know how many problems we have? One. And we just wrote a check. We came back and did it. You know how many roofs? Like I've replaced roofs that my company put, repairs, whatever. I never file a claim with OC or anybody else because I know what I'm doing. Here's the truth, ugly truth. 86% of roofs on the market, 86% do not have any warranty. Now, let's talk about psychology. Do people believe in a warranty? Do people believe in your promise? Or they're like, okay, whatever you say, if you believe in it, right? Because what have been happening in the industry for all these years, not only price have been growing up, but also this unreasonable marketing gimmick with a 50-year and lifetime and all of that. I just talked to a lady, and I have a full phone call. I'm debating to publish it or not. She had Temco shingles installed in 2010. That roof was installed by a premium company, one of those market leaders. 30-year shingle, and the roof is at 15 years now. So 2010 to 2025. She is, I want to say, 76 years old, she told me. It was a very sad call. She's like, Dmitry, I hired this company. Everything is good. It's Temco, but now it's paper thin. Lost almost all the granules, everything. Like, what do I do now? So she got 15 years out. There's no way she's going to get 30 years, maybe 1-2 years. So life expectancy is 15 to 18 years. And I'm leading it to what I would sell today. So my point is, you don't have to sell 50-year warranty. You have to sell reasonable and believable warranty that gives people peace of mind. I would rather, if I go back in business today, here's what would be my warranty. I would do this warranty that I showed you, and I would add, 10-year craftsmanship warranty, my company, and I would add 20-year product warranty to it. Because I know if I do everything right, in this day and time, if you are in the manufacturing space and if you actually look at materials and how they last, the warranties should be anywhere from 15 years minimum to 30 years. So 30 years would be your super, super thick, your, Malarkey Windsor, your, like triple laminates, you thick and premium stuff that like your designers collections, your metals, your, stuff that truly will last 30 years. If I would have to underwrite your warranty, I would say this. If you install in your, Temco Heritage, I would not warranty more than 15 years, maybe 20, depending on accessories. If you tell me, Dmitry, we install in thick underlayment, we're doing drip addition every roof, ice and water, high temperature, whatever the case is, I would say, okay, that's 20 years, maybe 25. So if you do Fortify system in Florida or New Orleans, I would put 25 years on it, maybe 30 even. Like if you truly seal everything, if there's a sealant at the front, if you're spending your time checking that insulation, checking that ventilation, and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, I would believe and I would personally underwrite 30 years. Here's what's happening though. Manufacturers say, well, use our underlayments, use our accessories, heap and reach, and all of that. Use all of that. But then, do they inspect the jobs? For the exception of GF Master Elite, when they sign off on it, they don't. GF Master Elite is legit, but not many can offer it. And it's a true exclusive club. And you have to pay arm and a leg for that too. Now, not saying it's a bad warranty, but it's actually the only precedent we have when they actually inspect it. So they don't inspect it. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to do everything they ask you to do. You're going to walk away, and then 10 years later, 5 years later, you're going to file a claim. Here's how crazy it is. And I've seen it. And please, if you're watching it after, comment if you have seen it. They're going to come to your job site, to the homeowner's house. They're going to lift the shingle. They're going to find couple high nails. And they'll say, this this roof is installed improperly. And they'll walk away. Tell me what and I've never seen single job that has 6 nails in every shingle. Perfect. If you tell me to make sure we do quality work, 6 nails, you can tell it to the homeowner. I've never ever seen a perfect job. I will find shingles that with high nails because guys are getting tired. It's a moving target. You're on steep slopes. I'm not saying that they're bad roofs, but the roofs do not fail because few nails are above the line or miss the line or have 4 nails instead of 6 nails. Roofs fail because product is defective. And how many nails you install with has nothing to do. Like if your roof lost all its granules because it has a bad batch, it has nothing to do with the nail pattern. But they're going to use nail pattern because in their agreement, their lawyers put it there to walk away. Scenario number 2, they're going to come out, say, like this Colorado claim, the homeowner called me, 76-year-old lady. The job did not have proper ventilation. Just not enough soffits, did not have soffits. Now, I have a big question to the roofing company who sold her 30-year shingle and did not install soffit intakes, right? But she got third-party opinion. Someone came in, inspected the job, actual inspector, and said, you don't have soffits. You don't have enough ventilation. So now Temco is going to come out. Even if Temco approves the claim, the homeowner will get $600. So the roof is half the age. So the promise was 30 years. Now the roof is at 15 years. And this lady, here's the conversation I'm having with the homeowners. Guys, I have a radio show where I talk to homeowners. I have a YouTube channel that geared towards homeowners. This is the story you're going to hear. So all your bullshit about lifetime and 30 years, nobody's going to believe it anymore because we're going to share every freaking story like this lady. She said, Dmitry, I'm 76 years old. I replaced it 15 years ago, and I don't want to do it again. I want to do it one time. I'll be happy if I live until 85, 90, and I want it to be my last roof. That's a hard conversation to hear because she thought she's buying a 30-year roof, and now at 15 years she has to replace it, and she cannot find what went wrong. And I guarantee you, Temco will say, well, you don't have a vent. And maybe Temco is right because ventilation is not there. Maybe that's why well, first of all, I don't think Temco Heritage will ever last 30 years, but maybe she could get 20 to 25. Still short of the promise, but better, right? But now at 15 years, she has maybe 40% left of those shingles. Think about that homeowner. Think about what are we doing to people. Now, I'll throw a few more scenarios here. You got a WorkComp audit. No, not WorkComp. Let's start with the OSHA. There's a contractor right now in Florida got served last week or week before $750,000 fine. One of his guys fell off. $750,000 fine. And the rumor has that he's going to close the business and start over. Now, what's going to happen to all the warranties? Ask yourself, honest question, if that would be you. Will your manufacturer honor, if you're out of business and a homeowner that you promised lifetime warranty, 30 years, you're not in business, you're bankrupt, will manufacturer honor that job? If someone sues you, maybe nothing to do with this homeowner in particular, but you mess with someone, you make a video, you work on a big project, commercial project, and you lost a couple $1 million, and now you have to file bankruptcy, or you behind the bills. Now you're not paying your supplier, right? Think about this. Just think about it. 80% of failure rate in the industry in 2 years is a real number. So lawsuits against you, what is going to give a homeowner and a manufacturer? Way out of the door not to cover your jobs. They don't cover it. So if you mismanage money, they don't cover it. If you close your doors, they don't cover it. If anything happened to you, they don't cover it. So think about the promise that you make to the homeowner. And this is what we're talking about right now. You think that I'm just trying to build hype here and it's doom and gloom. That's a real life scenarios. Homeowners who are dealing with the warranties, dealing with the contractors who are no longer to be found. And I deal with it every single week now. When I go and look into it, like, who did your roof? Oh, they're no longer around. Some storm chaser, some this. What the manufacturer says? Oh, they're not gonna cover it. It wasn't installed properly, or is this or that. Homeowners have no leg to stand on. That's why this matters. Now, the warranties that you're selling right now are written by legal departments, by lawyers, and they protect the interest of those people. So here's my honest opinion. We've been profitable. Roofers have been profitable. And all the industry parties, suppliers, manufacturers, all the third parties, supplement companies, all look like, oh, roofers making too much money. You know what economy is? Like, if you go and study economics in a college, the first rule of economics, you know what the rule is? It's to get dollar from your pocket to my pocket. That's the first rule of economics. Here's what manufacturers have been doing. They're like, roofers making too much money. How we can tap into that without losing money? And that's where all the talk with the warranties came through. Like, it's a big text on the roofing business. Now, here's my appeal to your common sense. Are you going to start doing what's good for your business? Because let me describe that model for you. And this is how I would attack warranties today, how would I sell in 2025. Number one, keep it plain and simple. Do people believe in it? I saw recently estimate for CMR construction. On their estimate, like estimate to the homeowner, let me use this as an example. So they would have like CMR, and they would have a BBB logo here and RRCA associations here, right? And as you know, they're fighting bankruptcy for many, many years. Hundreds of homeowners have gave them money like 3-4 years ago, fighting to get money back. Companies upside down $30-40 million, like not a pretty scenario. Now that BBB logo, it's no longer like BBB is not what it used to be, because BBB does not give any protection to the homeowner. You can preach BBB all you want. BBB does not help you sell the jobs anymore. And you might say, well, it's because you have directory.com. That's one of the reasons. But I also talk to the homeowners, and I also talk to business owners. How many of your customers are actually business owners who know the BBB is pay to play? So people might not give you that information or approval, disapproval, but it's on everybody's mind. Like, I don't care. Like, they're not going to say it out loud, but BBB is non-profit organization. It's not going to help you sell a job. So now when you say 50 years, you recently seen me roasting Lee Hates sales pitch at the door. Oh, we're big, we're master, line that he's master lead, line that he's backed by multi-billion-dollar company. Here's the problem with the multi-billion-dollar companies. They are not in business to write claims. Here's my proof to it. So I've been in this game for 5 years with the directory.com. And here's my goal and my number one goal in it. I want to pay I'm in business paying claims, and it's a public information. In 5 years, I've covered 11 jobs. I wrote 11 checks. Talk to any of the homeowners and any contractors. I actually publicly never shamed those contractors because stuff can happen. We have a contractor out of New York could not pay like $9,000. We covered the claim. He got it back to us within 10 months, payment plan. We have a contractor out of New Jersey messed up, ordered wrong skylight, wrong materials were installed. Instead of asphalt shingles, installed asphalt shingles instead of rolled, because it was 212 or 312 pitch. We hired another roofer, paid $12,000 to replace it. You can't do what you can do. Like, sometimes stuff happen to you guys too. Mistakes happen. You need someone to back you up. Anyway, manufacturer's not going to do it for you. Manufacturers wants to text you. Manufacturers looking, okay, how we can get few more dollars from a roofer to us. We're already making money on shingles. How can we squeeze the most? Think about how much money would you have if you like count all your warranties, all your savings, everything you possibly can, how much, and what would happen if you would put it on the side in a trust fund, wherever the case is. And so I talk to those companies all the time now, PE, bigger players, market leaders. That's what they've done. So you can, and here's your options. You can set up escrow account, you can set up trust fund, or you can use something like directory.com, like third-party guarantee. Acting like a bond company. We're bonding your jobs. When you fail, we come and write the checks. Here's the difference though. The failure rate is the same as manufacturer rate. Like GF, Owens Corning, roof fails how the roof fails, right? So they say the claim rate is like 0.5%. I think it's about 1%. Directory is actually like 0.3%, meaning out of 100 jobs, 1 job fails. Now, nobody knows the numbers. And I think numbers are way bigger. And we only find out when major lawsuit breaks up. I'll give you one example. CertainTeed were selling siding under false promise, like whatever they were saying lifetime, and they have massive claims. You know how many claims they have on that class action? They paid out $100 million. You know how many claims were filed? 19,000 claims were filed. 19,000 claims. So the problem is way, way bigger. And nobody can talk about class actions. Here's what's happening when class action breaks in the roofing industry. When you think about class action in a car industry, if you have a seatbelt failure in Toyota Camry, they're going to recall 20,000 cars, right? When you have a recall on a bad shingle by, let's say, Temco or Atlas or whatever, it's shush. Roofers are, quiet now. They silenced by agreements. They cannot talk about it. If Dmitry talks about it, he's going to get cease and desist. Roofing Contractor magazine will never, ever run a story on the class action. But honestly, if you think about it, if one roof is failing, it's not that hard to track it. They have numbers on every bundle to go and see how many more homeowners should be, are affected. They know how many shingles from that batch have been sold. Nobody's looking. Nobody's doing it. So we don't know the failure rate. We hear story here, and they silence you. They're not going to silence me until they freaking come after me and take my breath away, but they're not going to silence me. But the point is this. If you look at the failure rate and you're honest about it, like let's say my failure is 1%, I can register 100 jobs. I'm on business payout claims. And here's my promise to you. If you register a job with the directory.com and you give that promise to the homeowner, every single claim will be public. I will tell you 5 years, 10 years from now, who is failing the most, which roof fails the most, because every single claim, the 11 claims that we paid out, and we have a few more pending that we're investigating, will be public record. You can't get public record from GF or Owens Corning or Atlas. I think it's a 50-50 just from talking to the contractors, but I'll make it public. We make it public. Anyway, insurance warranties are a gimmick in the sense of 50-year, it's over-promise, under-deliver. But it's also, they know they rarely will have to pay it. Do they pay it? Yes. But you're taking big chance. You're taking 50-50 chance. And you're also competing with the guys who are no longer offering those warranties, who are doing it inside. They're saving tons of money. They're more profitable. And you have to think for yourself, what's good for your business to have a stack of money? Because I did the math. If you run $5 million company and you put in, money on the side, even if you put half the money you pay manufacturers to register it and you consider savings on any bulk ordering, I guarantee you will have a couple $100,000 by the end of the year. And couple $100,000 in a trust fund will go a long way to cover all your liabilities. That's how they play, and this is how PE firms play and bigger firms play now. I think that it's time that roofers, because manufacturers not going to do it. They're not going to drop the face. I believe if I would be you today, and I recommend it to all my consulting clients and all my directory contractors, Offer something reasonable. Here's how I would sell it, and this is how I teach to sell warranties. Do not offer 50-year warranty. Sell against it. Come to the homeowner, say, hey, I know you're probably saying 50 years, blah, blah, blah. Minneapolis, Minnesota Department of Labor actually make a statement. The life expectancy in Minnesota is 15 to 18 years. I'm not going to promise you 50 years, but I promise you, if you go with my company, we'll give you 10-year bumper-to-bumper workmanship warranty, and we'll give you 20 years or maybe 25 years, depending on the system, material warranty. If it fails, we're going to cover the whole, whatever you pay us today. Let's say it's $30,000. Your money is safe. If you have to do your roof again 5 years from now, we will do it. We don't need manufacturers for it. We put money on the side. We have a trust fund. We've been doing it for 15 years. It's also backed by directory bond. And if something happened to us, who knows? If I die tomorrow, if I'm honest with you, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or something happened, doesn't have to do anything with you. Life happens. You still have a third party backing this promise up. This is how I would sell it. It's way more believable because those manufacturers is not going to cover any bankruptcy. Those manufacturers not going to honor any problems with install. We're the only one. So here's what directory covers: bankruptcy, liens, any type of failure, and even bad workmanship. When something completely fails, if we made a recommendation, if we back it up, if we underwrite you, I'm going to come in and I'll make it public. I'll learn the lesson. Guys, today we already can afford to pay out 2-3 claims every single month. I'm not afraid of it. This is my learning experience. I want to back as many roofers as possible because shit happens to you, and when it does, your work comp or liability insurance is walking away, your manufacturer is walking away, and you are struggling to get your head above the water when everything is against you. Sometimes you just need someone to come and save the day. We've done it 11 times, and we're going to do it again. Anyway, we have more and more roofers now. Here's the cost. I'll give you just the cost. We charge, directory.com charges 1%. So essentially, we have two products. Product number one is directory bond, where any of your jobs, it doesn't have to be directory job. That's what DT Roofing have done. They've raised like $30-40 million of their project. Andy Keys does it. Equity Roofing does it. We have plenty of companies doing it on every single project. They come to the homeowners, they offer their warranties essentially, and they issue directory guarantee on every project. So every time you do that, the project will be registered with the directory.com. Homeowner will get a letter from us. If anything happened to you in the next 20 years or whatever the agreement is, we're going to open the file and we're not going anywhere. It's my 6th year in business. We're building freaking $1 billion company, but we build it on honesty. We have money on the side to cover all our claims today. Portion of that 1% goes to that account. That account keeps growing so we can back up all the jobs. And it's the most believable thing that you can do today. Because if something happens to you, like I'll give you one example. Jordan Desmond, $2 million guy, got sued, not a big lawsuit, $70,000, $80,000. One job, and he was doing $2 million a year, decides to close his business. Just files bankruptcy. Does not pay his bills to the suppliers. Supplier files a lien on the homeowner. Homeowner comes to us, say, hey, I found him on directory.com. Lien was $4,000. Mr. Smith, forgot his name. Don't worry about it. We send a check to the supplier, apologize, $4,000. Homeowner did not have to pay it. You know why? Because shit happens. I'm pretty sure where Desmond was selling those jobs, for what it's worth, he was on the stages speaking how great he is and how awesome and how fast growing, how good brand. And some of you are like that. Some of you are on stages, look at me, look at our brand, look at this. And then one thing happened. I just interviewed a guy last week. Came to me. He was at the RoofCon everywhere. He is selling software now. Had a big team. Big team. You'll see the interview. Closed the business. Feels bad about it. But I'm like, but what about those homeowners? Guys, I'm tired of seeing this. Who's going to help those homeowners? Nobody. That's reality. Nobody gonna help those homeowners. If when you're gonna go out of business for whatever reason, you change your heart, something happened to you, you fell off the roof, you decided to move to another country, you decided to retire, who's gonna help you? Homeowners. How good is your promise? Majority of roofing contractors are running freaking scam, like true scam. They're making promises they don't believe in. And manufacturers backing it up because they know they have no liability. If we want to change the industry, we have to do something different. You have to be bold. And here's what I truly believe, guys. This day and time, I think the honest guys win. I know it does not like it's overwhelming. I was messaging with someone yesterday. I'll read a comment to you because this is what roofers are thinking. Do you think by incorrecting injustices you will have less injustice in your life? I'm curious if like you see this lady in North Carolina talking about Mary Jane. She is robbing people and making money. But we grind our ass off and up to the neck in debt. And I see it. I see good guys are struggling with the. You can do everything right and still be in financial mess. Good guys get in trouble too. Doing the right things, getting the wrong results. And I said, it's as old as the world. Read Proverbs. People were dishonest for thousands of years. I want to live till 90s and not have regrets and know I did everything I could to make world better and to be a good example. And he replied, he said, I just think too negatively. I think I want to change that. I'm very heavily focused on myself right now. Just all I think is my problems, I guess. You think about other people and maybe that's what helps me. Yes, it does help me because it's not just about me. You have to have a bigger mission than yourself. But I don't care if everyone, the path to hell is wide, right? The old truth. Not many people choose the narrow path. What I do here, it's not easy. You know how much easier to create a bullshit warranty, bullshit marketing? Do you think I cannot go and create something that even I will not believe? Do you think I cannot sell lifetime warranty? You think I cannot make promise that everybody can do it? It's the easy way. Doing the hard thing is the hard thing. Every time I had to pay out that claim, by the way, when I started directory.com, I did not make money. We were not profitable. I were paying claims first three years of directory.com. I was spending all the money that I did on consulting and roofing school and media deals from all of my businesses, and I was paying out claims because I put my name on the line. So I was paying claims when not only I was losing money, but I was making money elsewhere to pay those claims. And today the game has changed. Today we're a profitable company. More of you, it's good guys helping good guys. It works like insurance. Let's say every month we register 1,000 jobs and 10 of them fails. We'll write it. You know that I'm not a State Farm and I'm not Temco. If one of us fails, you know that I'm writing the check. I'm not going to let someone bash me on the internet for not covering the check. But you also know it's going to be documented and it'll build even more trust. Me paying out my claims, your failures is our best marketing. Being a good guy truly wins. So we have this big, giant greed in the industry, and we have good guys who's trying to make everything right. We're outnumbered. I would say majority of people do what's easy and do bullshit sales. Guys, when I was selling this warranty, for 7 years I've been doing it. I've been going against $50 million companies in my market, and people loved me. People love Stormgroup Roofing. They're like, Dmitry, we trust you. In 7 years, and to this day, I've never heard a claim against Stormgroup Roofing. I never have any dispute with my sales reps, never have any warranty claim we could not cover, never have a homeowner suing me or any major dispute. I walk away from one job where I could not please the customer. He was so annoying and so hard and discriminating about my crews. I changed the 3 crews and finally walked away from the project. That's my track record in the business. This business right here, we have 5 quality issue problems. All 5 customers got brand new orders at my expense $14,000 orders. If I messed up, we're going to go and make it right. This is my name. This is how we do it. And this is how you guys can do it too. Now, I'm going to wrap it up. This is literally how I've been doing the business. I can consult you. We have companies right now on directory.com who sell their own warranties. Here's the problem with your own warranty. I can help you to create your own warranty, but if you're first, second, third year in business, it's very hard to give even 20-year warranty. That's why you kind of need the third-party guarantee. I'll tell you why, because they are on the market. If you study the market, there are warranties that are believable. I'll give you one example. When I buy my phone, right, AT&T, I always buy, I think it's called Assurion, third party. So it's not AT&T, but it's do you want a warranty on your computer? Like I buy a warranty from Apple products because I buy all my Apple computers. And I learned the hard way. When I didn't have a warranty, I have to pay $2,000 for a brand new laptop. And Apple is amazing at their Apple Care. If something, we have freaking like $30,000 worth of computers and cell phones in the office. So every one of them will have the warranty. And, I go, they replaced 5-year-old computers when screen went off because it had that warranty. So there are believable warranties and there are not believable warranties. So if you go to delta.com and you buy a plane ticket, there's always asking you, do you want to protect this trip? There's a few at Best Buy like that. There's believable warranties out there on the market and they're not believable warranties. I want the directory bond to be the most believable warranty that any homeowner can receive. And if anything happens to the contractor, I'll be happy to pay it, right? It's a business model. So with that, if you've been in business 1, 2, 3 years, I don't think you can write your own warranty. I don't think it's going to build much trust. Slapping BBB logo on it, you can do it. But here's my promise to you. For the rest of my life, I'll be selling against BBB because guess what? Like Mary Jane. Mary Jane in North Carolina, you know what I found out recently? She was receiving BBB Torch Award. She was highly elevated by BBB. Is BBB going to help any of her customers? Heck no. But if Mary Jane would be on directory.com and we have any of those victims, I would be stepping in and helping those homeowners. That's the difference. If my contractors are caught in something unethical, illegal, wherever, I'm on a hook. I recommended the contractor. Of course, we're going to remove them, but we're going to try to make things right. And we're going to mediate the whole deal. Manufacturer's not going to do it for you guys. BBB is not going to do it for you. Your work comp, your liability insurance not going to do it. So think about director as a bond on every single project that you have. So if you want to work with me on this, we can help you with this. My team, my lawyer, we can generate your company warranty. And here's like little bonus for you. This just give you a glimpse how I work with the roofers today. Something brand new. It's the first time you're going to hear it. We add in codes. You know how banks have FDIC approved by $250,000? So when you sign up with me, if you want to take this step like DT Roofing did, Andy Keys did, if you want to register your warranties with us, essentially if you want to switch from registering with the manufacturer to switch with us, depending where you are, I literally will fly to you. I'll bring you the badges. We'll bring you the paperwork. We'll design it for you because you're part of the team. I'm not here to sell a warranty. And as a matter of fact, I'm taking risk with a lot of guys because to take risk to underwrite all of your jobs, I know I can be on a hook because if you install in, let's say, Temco, I can underwrite you and I can be in the game with you. But I also understand that 1% on $10,000 job is $100. For $100, I'm taking liability on the entire project. And I know the failure rate. I've seen it too many times. I'm okay with it. That's why we are involved. We see the projects you're registering. And also, not only we're putting money on the side to cover your projects in the future, but also we have a marketing budgets to advertise those accounts. We advertise the most. Once you build volume with us, we're going to start dumping money. And you might be like the most recognizable contractor in your town on directory.com. It's also build trust. But on top of all of that, you can add not only this on your trucks and stuff and your presentations and your estimates that is backed by directory, but also on your website. Every project is backed up by up to $250,000 directory bond, just like banks do with the FDIC. It's build trust. Remember what I said in the beginning? There's two reasons people are not going to buy from you. You don't have a branding and they don't trust you. It goes hand in hand. So we're helping you with both. My goal is for people to believe you. And guess what? I just got a call yesterday. The guy is bidding in a job is going to be more than $250,000. If you bring us on those jobs, I will help sell those jobs. This guy is Marcus White. He's in San Antonio, Texas. He said the job probably going to be more than 250. I said no problem. They pitched him directory and they loved it better than any other quote. They liked the pitch. Like if you go in front of the church, in front of any meeting association, they need a guarantee. They need a bond. We are your bond. What are you bringing? How are you going to win $200,000-$300,000 project if they don't trust you that you are a good money manager? We have escrow services. They can talk to us. I literally will jump on a call to help you sell the project if you're one of my elite guys who are using me for everything. So what we've built, like, you can call me money grabber, you can call me scammer, you can call me anything you want. Here's what I've done in the past 5 years. I see the big problem in the industry and I go and I fix that problem. I've seen the problem with the lead generation and online platform marketplaces back in 2018. Did you know that I started Directory.com 6 months after HomeAdvisor purchased Angie's List? I set up a goal to rebuild the glory of Angie's List. To me, it was the best platform. I was the lead. I have 700 reviews. It was the best thing ever. And I said, what would it take me to build? I spent $2 million of my own money building it over the years. Everything I have early on, my development bill is like $30,000 a month before I made any dollar. That's how much I was spending first 2 years before we even asked a dollar from a contractor. That's how we started in this thing. And now we're making money for the past couple of years. So that's one thing. And when I saw the problem with the material rises, material costs, this thing came around. Actually found me. My partner, future partner from Shanghai came to me and said, Dmitry, I've been making products. I want to bring it direct to the consumer. I'm like, dude, prices through the roof. Let's help them. So I'm not waking up every morning thinking, oh, how can I make $1? As a matter of fact, I've never got paid from directory or BM Direct and not planning for many years. This is such a long-term game. You're getting way better side of the deal if you do business with any of my products. I don't need to get paid. I can fire every one of my employees and make like $30,000, $40,000 a month and have very good lifestyle for the next 10 years. I've made it, but my payroll is $15,000 a week. And I wake up every morning fixing these problems because I can't sleep at night looking at these problems. That's why we do what we do. Thank you guys for being here. It was awesome group. We have so many people. Wow. If you want to schedule a call with me, I would recommend schedule a Zoom call, 15 minutes, either with me or someone on my team. You can DM us Roofing Warranty on any social media or on in comments below. Just if you have any number, any email for us, just email us, Roofing Warranty. That's the keyword. We know what it is about. And if you want a demo, if you want to start, it's a long process. Nothing happens overnight. So we have to onboard you. We have to, essentially, I have to underwrite you. I have to personally trust your company, your brand, that's your promise is legit. For example, if you come to me and say, Dmitry, I want to offer 40-year warranty on a Temco Heritage, I say, let's make it 20 and I'll underwrite it. I'm going to be honest with you. But if you tell me hey, here's my baseline, 15 years for this product, and I also do 45 roofs in Louisiana, it's 25-year warranty, I'll sign under. But I'm not going to be underwriting 50-year warranties. Sorry, I'm not. And lifetime shingles, no, not going to happen. But I'll give you something I believe in. I'll back you up, and I promise you, if you take it to your homeowner and you sell against 50 years, you will freaking win that fight. And if you don't, Show them my videos. Here's what's gonna happen in the next few weeks. You'll hear about it on my radio for the homeowners. You'll see the guide on roofing warranties. This is gonna be public information. We're training AI to talk about bullshit of and what makes the best roofing warranty. I mean, you're gonna see articles. You'll see AI articles. There's a reason manufacturers hate me and don't want to work with me. I recently partnered with someone, and manufacturer cut a relationship with that person just like that. They're threatened. We are the biggest threat. But good guys win. That's my promise to you. That's what I see on the market. If you're a good guy, you're gonna be just fine. So send us roofing warranty if you would like to get a demo, if you want to work with us. But this is my promise.